Our top story this morning, the waters may be receding just a little bit right now from flooded areas from the Clark Fork River, but that's not going to last very long. I spoke just a few minutes ago with Stephanie Henry from the National Weather Service. Here's her report.
Currently, the Clark Fork River is at 10.5 feet, which is slightly lower than when it peaked at 10.8 feet earlier in the evening. We were seeing impacts of flooding around the Orchard Homes area continuing and the low-lying areas of the Clark Fork River, but we are expecting the river to slowly decline today. It's going to peak out right now and slowly be on its decline by late tonight. And then it's still going to hover around the minor flood stage, so we are going to still see some minor impacts between Wednesday and Saturday. We are going to start seeing some warmer, drier days ahead here, which will increase the snow melt and also cause some more contribution into the rivers again. So we are expecting the river to rise once again late this weekend into the early next week period, which could actually reach just as high or if not higher than what we had seen just this past couple days, unfortunately. We have seen impacts near the Orchard Homes area, specifically the Kerwald Drive, Channel Drive, Tower Street, Nancy Lou Drive, Keck Street, and Stone Street. Basically, the Orchard Homes on the west side of Missoula is south of Mullen Road is where we're concerned with. There are some other low-lying areas that also might be affected near the river. But currently, as the river starts to lower, those neighborhoods could see some improvement here within the next 24 hours. So the warming and drying, it will increase the snowmelt once again. So we are expecting another rise to continue. And we also are starting to see potential rises in the Bitterroot Valley as well as other parts of western Montana. So we're going to keep a close eye on the river levels here. But we do have a lot of snow still up in the mountains above normal liquid in the snowpack. So all that has to come down at some point.
Director of Missoula County's Office of Emergency Management, Adrian Beck, described the areas most affected by the flooding. She said the areas plans are already in place for a large-scale flooding incident in Missoula.
We will coordinate all the resources that will be needed to protect public infrastructure, roads, bridges, those kinds of things. But in the event that there are large-scale flooding impacts, we will facilitate the process of an emergency and or disaster declaration to request state and or federal assistance. We also will help coordinate any kind of rescue that needs to occur because of flooding impacts or people being cut off.
Beck also said this could just be the warm-up for a serious flooding problem this spring and summer.
We have a tremendous amount of snow that's remaining in the higher elevations that has yet to come off. What we're seeing today and over the weekend was low-level elevation snowmelt coupled with some rain and precipitation. So this could just be a taste of what we are likely to experience.
Free unfilled sandbags are available at 6089, that's 6089 Training Drive. Also, businesses that sell sand include, but are not limited to, Far West Rock, Home Depot, Knife River, Lowe's, Murdoch's, Time Rental, Western Excavating, and Montana Flasher and Barricade. Last Friday, Missoula police responded to a concerned citizen's report of what appeared to be some sort of a bomb with exposed wires sitting on a sidewalk in downtown Missoula about 7:30 p.m. Police spokesman Travis Welsh said that police ended up blocking off the 200 block of Higgins and called in some expert help.
The explosive ordnance disposal team was activated and responded to x-ray the object. While that was going on, a male approached an officer on the perimeter and asked if all of this attention was because of the rice cooker that he had apparently left sitting outside of a business. He explained that he had been in this business earlier and he had a rice cooker and left it outside.
The man who left the rice cooker was 35-year-old Matthew Dykes, who's now in the jail on charges that have nothing to do with where he left his kitchenware.
He confirmed that it was a rice cooker. However, when asked for his name, he gave a false name. Officers eventually learned that he had outstanding felony warrants for his arrest out of another jurisdiction, and he was taken into custody. EOD team did x-ray the object and determined that it was empty, and in fact, it turned out to be a rice cooker.
On top of the felony warrants, Dykes faces an added charge of obstructing a peace officer for giving a false name, but there appear to be no charges directly related to the rice cooker, not even a citation for littering. According to the chief financial officer for Providence Hospitals in Montana, Kirk Bodlovic, St. Patrick Hospital alone will be absorbing a total of almost $13 million in Medicaid expansion costs over the next 2 years.
Even with Medicaid expansion, we had uncovered costs of providing services to Medicaid recipients of about $7 million a year. And the new reductions in payment, we expect that to grow by about $4 million in 2018 and by probably another $2 million in 2019 based on our estimates.
As of April 2018, Bodlovic said there are no plans for any immediate reduction in staffing at the hospitals in Missoula and Polson.
We don't have any current plans to lessen our labor costs at this point in time, but I would say labor expenses amounts to more than 40% of our total expenses at our facility. And so as we look to be more efficient and continue to look at ways of reducing costs, we have to look at all expense lines. So we'll evaluate labor costs along with every other line in our budget.
Bodlovic said the numbers of patients with no insurance coverage has been drastically reduced with the expansion of Medicaid. A donation from Soft Landing, Missoula, the United Way, and Community Medical Center will help the Missoula County School District bridge a translation gap. Spokesperson Hatton Littman explains.
Missoula County Public Schools has always had a variety of students who qualify as English language learners who speak a myriad of different languages. However, we've been able to provide services to each of those families on a case-by-case basis. Now that we are starting to see students who are resettled in Missoula with their families as part of the refugee resettlement program, we're seeing bulks of students who speak specific languages, which necessitated this translation.
Littman said in the past, each individual school dealt with translation issues on a case-by-case basis, but that a new approach was needed.
We recently received a donation of $10,000 from several community organizations, and that funding is to help Missoula County Public Schools translate a variety of annual notices and legal forms and consent forms into 3 additional languages based on some new student populations we've received in the district over the past 2 school years.
The 3 new languages are Arabic, Swahili, and Tigrinya, languages which are spoken by the families of 44 students who were recently resettled from Eritrea, Iraq, Ethiopia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Syria. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Flooding concerns along the Clark Fork River. A flood warning will remain posted until early Tuesday morning. Today we'll see scattered showers. Highs will be in the low 50s. Tonight, overnight low temperatures will drop into the upper 30s with unsettled weather expected Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.